My name's Laura Hutton. I've been doing tap for probably about 18 years. I ended up meeting Bill and Trish by going to a tap class that was at Burnaby Arts Centre at the time. And she wondered why I was there, because it was supposed to be an advanced adult class, but it definitely was a beginner by her standards. And so that's how we got together. She asked me if I wanted to do something different, and I said, wow, yes. It's fusing music with tap, but I find more so we're fusing more modern with music with tap now. So it's using every part of your body in comparison to a tap, just using your feet, your legs, doing a little upper body.
I'm Kristen Novak. I'm from Vancouver. I'm 20 years old. I've been tapping for 20 years. Sorry, I've been tapping for 18 years, and I've been with Extreme Shoe for 3.5 years now. I got involved through Tasha Lawson, who used to be part of the company. I've only danced with one other studio, and basically it was all traditional tap that we did. This is a lot more challenging in all different aspects, and just dance-wise, tap-wise, we have to be able to read music and all that kind of stuff, and we're integrating modern into our tap dancing, whereas in just regular tap, you would never do that.
I wanted to talk a little bit about dolls. I found our conversation a couple weeks back really interesting. I wanted you to talk a little bit about what dolls is all about, exploring the
boundaries.
Feminine. Yeah.
Right. Well, dolls began in the early 80s when I was working on my degree in choreography up at SFU. I was also taking some courses in women's studies, and some feminist friends of mine approached me about a serious concern they had with snuff films being made and distributed illegally, of course. And anyways, there were some activities around that I wasn't in the position to be involved with politically at that time.
Right.
And so I was working with two other women friends of mine, and we began to explore the possibilities for why snuff films happen, and in a particularly naive way at that point in time, we sort of considered that the reason why they could be a part of the reality was because in North America we may not really understand the distinctions between what is erotic, given that there's not a lot available at that point in time, and what is pornographic. Not necessarily that anything pornographic is hugely immoral or whatever you want to say about that, but we were really interested in what that meant to us, so we started in the studio exploring our own sexuality, our own history. And
what does that mean? Like, when you're doing this in dance, is it just sort of a reaction, or is it like what are you doing? Like, what's happening when you're exploring those things? Like, what's happening in the body?
What's happening in the body?
Yeah, like I mean, what?
I think he's talking about process here.
I think it's about sourcing your material from your own personal experience. So for us, we went in as modern dancers, well acquainted with finding our material, authentic material, through the process of improvisation. And we started doing that. And we'd say, come up with a structure for an improv. And one person would like notate what was going on, and the other person would start to improv and finding, material through this way.